So you can see I'm just working with him right now, just on movement a little bit, and you can see like I'm not asking for him to trot, put his head up. You can see how bracy he gets. I just want him to be more relaxed. There we go. So now he's starting to settle in a little bit. If I change directions, I don't want, my goal is to have that head not come up, but I'm looking at his body mechanics. So he's very jerky when he goes to change directions. Now all of a sudden he picks up a trot again. Now I didn't ask him to stop. Now he wants to check this out, so I'm excited about that, right? So I let him check it out. Then he gets a little nervous, wants to take off, move a little bit. So I just want to see how he feels in his body. Now he stops on his own. Ask him to keep moving, change direction. See if he'll want to explore that on his own. Okay, that's better. Getting licking and chewing, I'm looking for that. I'm just going to keep his mind focused more on me. I think it's harder for him off of the right eye than the left eye. So remember, I'm not asking for the trot. That's his nervous energy. So now he's starting to get curious, which I'm okay with that curiosity. I want him to find comfort in that instead of fear. You can see with him, it's very similar to if you've ever talked to somebody or tried to have a conversation with somebody who really is nervous about something, and then you start to ask them about something that makes them nervous already, and then they're going to start to look around and probably become very fidgety, and that's exactly what he's doing. So we want to help bring that back. Yeah, good boy. So if you see that, if you see what just happened there, is that he almost went over it because he was focused on something else and he walked across it, which I'm glad that he did that, but we want him to be able to focus on that and not just feel like he has to get to the other side, that he can do it and do it in a willing way where he's not going to be worried. Good boy, so that was a little better. So licking and chewing, so I'm going to give him a little rub down. He's such a good boy. Ask again. Good boy. So you're witnessing the first time here after 15 sessions of doing this, him walking across that on his own without wanting to just jump it or skirt around it. So I'm very proud of him, and when we do this, we want to make sure that we're asking, and I've taken my time with him because he had such a bad trauma to this, is that I was asking like the smallest change, I would reward that. So now I'm starting to ask for just some consistency here. Good. So he's realizing that's not going to kill him, and so I want to reward him for that, but like because I've taken my time, and in these 15 sessions, it might have taken me 40 minutes to get him to step on one little corner with his hoof, and as soon as he did that, we would call it a day. Because I want him to start to really build this solid foundation and not just flood him with the information or teach him learned helplessness. That's not what we're about here. We're about having him become comfortable and more confident with it. So now I'm going to ask him just to walk around. So you can still see that when he looks at it, he gets worried, and then he starts picking up the trot. Good. But I like all the licking and chewing that's happening, and I like to reward him when he comes in and tell him he's doing right, because he's a very nervous horse on a lot of things, like a lot of things. So we need to build his confidence. And so if you have a highly sensitive horse, and then someone does something to really take all the confidence out, so he's starting to miss it again, so I'm just going to work with him over here. I'll work back and forth. See, now all of a sudden the nervous energy's kind of ramped up a little bit. So I'm going to be quiet with my energy when I ask him of things, and you'll see how over responsive he is to my energy. So how would that feel under saddle? So now I might ask him to walk over again once his energy comes back down. But this is a horse that can be deemed, someone could say, well, he's got an attitude, he's belligerent, he's this. Well, the question is why? Why are they that way? What has happened to them to create that in them? Because if he was a young horse and he'd never had a traumatic event with this and he was just worried of it, it would take a lot less to get over it. I was working with a 3-year-old yesterday, and it was afraid of it, and within 10 minutes was walking over it, no problems at all, because there was no negative belief in that. You notice he almost went over it when he was looking out towards the camera. So I just keep working with him. I just want him. So then I'll come back over to here. Just working on focus exercises. I don't want the head to go up. I want the head to stay down. There, good. That head goes down. I've taught him with this flag that when I wave the flag, the head goes down, and he becomes more relaxed. You see all that licking and chewing? So I'm going to point him towards that. So at least the head went down to observe it, check it out. Now I know that this is his good side, so I'd rather start with his good side. It's amazing where they know where their feet are when they don't want to touch something. So if you are a jumper and you have a horse that has problems with liver pools or stopping at jumps, there is a reason. The reason is because they've been pushed too hard, traumatized towards that jump, and that jump or that liver pool is scarier and putting off way more energy, enough where they'll do anything to move their body out of that way to not have to do it. It's very, very simple. In a complex world that we make it, is that if your horse does not feel safe with you, if it does not feel like it has a relationship with you, why would it want to do something, especially if another human being has really forced and pushed the horse so hard that they are literally shaking to try to do something now. So we go back to that relationship part. That's why it's so important also to come in here and love on him and let him know he's doing a good thing. So now I might walk up to it just a little bit closer. I might just say, hey, I'll be your support person. Let's walk over this together. Good. So that was trust. So what did that teach me? That teaches me that when we're within 2-3 feet of each other, he's trusting me more. So I want him to find that trust in himself from greater distance. That way when I'm on his back, because it's a lot different when I'm on the ground, I'm next to him and he can see me, versus me being in a predatorial style, being on his back. If you don't realize that, is that when horses get attacked, they get attacked from the back and whatever attacks him usually bites him in the back, the withers. So that's where we're sitting. So we're in a position now where when we're up there, he's got to have more trust in us being up there, and then he's basically in the lead because we're behind him. He can't see us sitting up there unless he turns his head. So it's very important that we build this relationship with our horse. And so my goal is to have him walk across it without the head changing, without the body changing at all, just to be super relaxed, like that is not even there. Like it's not even there. It's not even a big deal. Build our relationship, our trust. Oh, good boy. So I might end there with him today because he walked across a little bit, and that's the first time he's walked across it at a few feet from me and be relaxed. So follow his journey. It's pretty cool. I want to also make sure he's focused on me, so if I do anything, he's going to be with me. If I go this way, I'm going to check my relationship with my horse. So if I move, does he want to be with me? Is he choosing to be with me without a line attached? And this is not from treats. This is like you see, I move to the right, I move to my left, he moves to his right. I move to my right, he moves to his left. I want a horse that is starting to look at me more than he's looking at everything else out there. It's so important when we talk about horses looking at their prey animals, so they're going to be scanning and looking at everything out there, because especially a sensitive horse, because they might get eaten. And we don't want them to feel that way. We want them to feel safe with us. And what they try to do, and this is where it makes it very dangerous under saddle and to work with a horse that's highly sensitive, is that then people go, you know, the horse loses its mind, and when they're out there and they're focused on other things, they don't care about you. We need to be the priority. We need them to know that we're their safety, and when we're safe as a good leader, they don't have to worry. We take that worry on for them. So I hope you guys like and enjoy this. Really pay attention to what we're working on here. This is a very, like I said, more of a rare case in the sense that he's super sensitive. And we just have to work with that and build that trust slowly, and then he's going to be awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care and talk to you soon.